In the past 3 years, I have made videos on 150 unique stocks, introducing them to investors. Microcap stocks, nanocap stocks, small cap growth stocks. Today, I'm trying it again with another bucket of stocks that are a little bit different. Misfits, odds and sods, miscellaneous. I don't know exactly what to call them, but that does not mean that they do not have explosive potential to make investors, to make shareholders money over the next year. As usual, all these stocks are introduced, researched, and discussed on my Patreon Discord, link down below in the pinned comment. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm definitely not your financial advisor. I don't know your financial education, experience, your risk tolerance, or anything else about you. These videos are not a solicitation for you to go buy a stock. They're here to create good discussion and introduce you to a stock that might be worth your time to go research and form your own opinion. Starting with the number 5 misfit stock for 2025, Northstar Clean Technologies, the Canadian clean technology company focused on the sustainable recovery and reprocessing of asphalt shingles. And while not quite a pre-revenue stock, as this most recent quarter they made $240,000 of revenue, it's not much. This is as close to a pre-revenue stock as I can be bullish about on this channel. They have some cash, they don't have much debt, they're still net income negative, a lot of risk with Northstar Clean Technologies. But what they do is extremely exciting, taking asphalt shingles, waste, grinding them up, processing them, separating them, and producing 5 different potential streams of revenue. The numbers look very good according to the company. Based on the metrics they're giving us, this is the revenue and EBITDA that we can expect in 2027 if they do actually have 6 facilities. Then they're going to license facilities. We don't know how much the company is expected to make from these licensed facilities, but you could see significant potential growth as early here as 2030. The real risk, the real problem is they're not even here yet. They're just building this first facility. So pilot facility in Vancouver that they're getting that $240,000 of revenue from to prove out their product. Building this first full-scale commercial facility in Calgary, expected to be done this year. And then just announced some expansion plans into Ontario and the United States. Very exciting company. High risk, high reward. I've seen this before. If the science fails, if they build this facility in Calgary and it doesn't work, I mean, a stop loss won't be able to help you. Share price will absolutely crater. But if it works out and these numbers are true and accurate, or even relatively close to being true and accurate, then it's an extremely high potential long-term stock that we need to keep talking about in 2025. Number 4, misfit stock of the year for 2025, Avante Corp. And thank you to Small Cap Discoveries for dropping this bomb on us on short notice. I mean, year to date, this stock is up 63%. That has all happened recently and not helped by the excitement created by this interview with the CEO on Small Cap Discoveries. $33 million market cap. What do? Elevating global security standards for high net worth families and corporations. No messing around here. Very defined niche. Providing advanced security solutions and services, globally tech-enabled and beyond expectations, protective services, rapid alarm response, monitoring and managed services, electronic security. And yes, this is another turnaround story, so I got to focus on this tweet from Ian Castle. Everyone hates turnaround stories because Buffett said turnarounds seldom turn. But, I mean, I live for this stuff in microcap stocks. If you can find a successful turnaround story, successful being the main word, then, you know, the potential is there to make a lot of money. Is this a successful turnaround story? Well, the company would argue yes. They're saying they have operational improvements, including paying off their debt, growing their revenue, generating positive cash flow, and in a stronger financial position. I would say that it's not quite there yet, but I am seeing improvement. Here they're talking about reinvesting the cash flow into future business growth. I looked at their most recent earnings. I'm not seeing a whole lot of cash flow yet, right? So room for improvement. But looking at the positives and the potential, go to their website, look at their products like Wally here for home security solutions, a mobile solar paneled unmanned security camera, which gets people excited because you could start making comparisons to one of the most successful microcap stories on the market in 2024, Zedcore Inc., market cap of $329 million, completing mobile surveillance, very similar niche, up 491% year to date. Or Avante Corp, $33 million, up 63% year to date in a similar industry sector. You could start making those comparisons and people get very excited by this. And speaking about getting excited, my number 3 misfit stock for 2025, NowVertical Group. My video here on them, stable gains or wild profits, they were the wild profits. Another turnaround story saying that the turnaround is at least close to being completed, showing significant operational improvements. Their first clean quarter post divestitures, 26% year-to-date adjusted EBITDA improvement, 439% year-to-date operating income improvement, significantly better. I highlighted the significant changes and improvements that the CEO was making, including right off the bat hiring independent directors. And I'm the first to say that this company is not out of the woods with risk. They still have significant debt. They still have some problems to work through. But when you look at the valuation, it's still not at a price that I would say is high, right? There's still a lot of risk built into this share price. Really, we're watching this company quarter after quarter, seeing if the risk levels are starting to go down and seeing if the reward potential is starting to go up. And speaking about risk, a company that mitigates it, Eddy Smart Home Solutions, share price is all over the place, but at $2.30 Canadian, that's a $14 million market cap. What does Eddy's do? They protect your property from water damage, not necessarily your property because they have moved away from doing small residential, too much cost, too many expenses. They have moved into larger commercial buildings. Billions of dollars are lost each year due to water damage in these buildings, and a whole list of reasons why these companies need Eddy Smart Home Solutions. Really simple company that I like. Go on their website. They have more products than this. Eddy Smart Home Solutions was originally a 1.5 penny stock that had absolutely no volume. Nobody knew about this company. They completed a share consolidation, closed an $8 million private placement with shareholders that really believe in this company long term and paid off all their debt. Very large company and supporter of Eddy Smart Home Solutions, PCL Construction is one of the companies that participated in this financing. And you could see why with a recent track record that is fairly impressive, growing their top line, building devices, installing more devices, which is a major way of measuring the success of this company moving forward, reducing their expenses to try to get profitable now that they have no debt, and of course, getting rid of that debt, really getting a fresh start, a fresh balance sheet. The problem, and people will complain, people will hate this stock. I usually like it because it means only retail investors can buy it. On Friday, basically before the Christmas close, only 60 shares traded, $125 basically of shares traded of Eddy Smart Home Solutions. Their average is only, 1,500, 1,600. So not a lot of shares being traded. You do need to buy very small pieces of this company. Because of that, the share price is all over the place. Again, with $2.30 being around $14 million. One of the things that's bullish about Eddy Smart Home Solutions is insiders keep buying. They recently bought at $3.86 Canadian, so significantly higher than their current share price. However, if management are watching this video, please stop buying. Give some liquidity to the retail investors, right? High insider ownership, not a lot of shares out there to buy. Good potential company. I really like Eddy Smart Home Solutions. But if you want liquidity, this next stock has had more bloody liquidity than any other stock on my channel. My number one pick for misfits for 2025, ADF Group, DRX.TO. Market cap today, $291 million, $9.75 Canadian. And this was the most dramatic stock on my channel this year, with share price going up from $6 to $20 earlier this year until management sold some shares. Insiders started to sell some shares, and all of a sudden the worry started setting in. What is going on with ADF Group? Finally, by about October, November, this was about the most hated stock on the stock market. I've never seen such a turnaround of positivity in the early part of the year. Management is doing a great job. To by about October of 2024, everybody's saying they're at the top of their cycle. There's nowhere to go but down. Management wants out. Terrible company to invest your money in. That's despite pretty good earnings. I know most people are focused around the declining backlog, but this is order dependent. One of the reasons this stock has really struggled here is due to Donald Trump and the US election. Because of the US election, companies have put their capital budgets on hold until they saw who the next administration in the United States was going to be, which I understand. Some risk should be built into this company. However, I'm a person that invests into the numbers, and when I look at these numbers, I just think this is stupid cheap. Not saying that stupid cheap makes people money all the time, still a significant risk factor coming up for ADF Group tariffs, right? This is a company that produces large steel structures, sells most of them into the United States. If there's a 25% tariff on Canadian products, this is going to significantly impact the company. However, if they can get through that, if there are no tariffs or significantly lower tariffs, where can the share price of ADF Group go from here? Ugly duckling of the year. Some really, varied stocks in there. Everything from a pre-revenue stock in Northstar Clean Technologies to a massive cash producing machine in ADF Group that's absolutely been kicked in the nuts in 2024. Which one is your favorite? Let me know down below in the comments. For new investors who don't understand what I'm talking about, valuation, good stock versus bad stock, what does EV over EBITDA mean, any of that stuff, I have actually started. Be kind to me because it just got started. I've got a lot of work to put into this project yet, but I have just started a common sense investing website. I'm going to have more blog posts on there eventually, a link to my Patreon account, and some other resources that I use. So give that a look. See what you think. Let me know what you would like me to add to the website. And as always, you've been watching Common Sense Investing. Thank you for your time. Here's to making money in 2025.